I'm 20 years old and currently making around $200 a day in profit with eBay dropshipping. And the best part is that I'm not spending all day doing it. I've built a system where my stores basically run themselves through automation software and a virtual assistant. And I know that sounds complicated, but it's really not. If you understand the core strategy, it becomes a numbers game. And honestly, anyone can do eBay dropshipping as long as they stay consistent. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the exact method and how I automate listing and fulfillment so that I barely touch the business day to day. Most people tend to try eBay dropshipping like regular dropshipping. They hunt for one winning product and hope it prints money. And that's not how I run this at all. I run the volume strategy. Because on eBay, every listing you have is another chance to get a sale. But if you have thousands, you start getting sales consistently because you're constantly in search. More listings equals more chances to sell, which equals more sales, which means more profit. And that's exactly why I'm obsessed with one number, 10,000 eBay listings. Right now, I have 10 total eBay stores. And I just want to be clear, I'm not recommending you go out right now and make 10 different eBay accounts. That's not necessary and not the best way to start. I'm just kind of explaining what I've built over time. But the system I use on every store is the same, and it's the foundation of what I do. I call it the 3-month eBay rule. Put simply, my goal is to hit 10,000 total eBay listings within 3 months of listing. And I like 3 months because it forces you to scale in a way that's both safe and fast. Safe because you're not spamming thousands of listings overnight and risking your account. And fast because you're moving quickly enough to start getting sales and see results. And the math is simple. If you list 100 items per day, you'll be right around 10,000 total listings in 100 days, or roughly 3 months. Now here's why I'm so obsessed with that 10,000 listing number. From what I've seen at scale through all my accounts is that once I reach 10,000 eBay listings on an account, it can make roughly 1,000 to 2,000 in profit every single month. Not sales, but profit. But the point is, once you hit volume, it becomes a numbers game. Now I know what you're thinking. 10,000 listings sounds insane, and it sounds like countless hours of work to get to that amount. And you would be right if you were listing manually by hand. If you were doing everything by hand, copying over the titles, photo, description, and all of the item specifics, then it would be kind of brutal. But I definitely don't list manually. And this is where automation changes everything. I use an AI software called Dropanion, and it pretty much posts products for me onto my account with very minimal effort. So here's how it works. Okay, so how it works is I have a spreadsheet where I store all of my Amazon links, which is my potential products I'm going to list on my account. And the way I get these links is also through the software called Dropanion that I use. And I actually have another video breaking down exactly how I do my product research. But what I'll do after I have my links is I simply copy over how many I want to list for the day. Normally for me, it's around 100, so I can hit that 10K mark in around 3 months. So for this example, we'll go ahead and grab 100 here. So I simply copy over 100 links from my spreadsheet. And then after I copy them over, all I'm going to do is open up my Chrome extension software called Dropanion that automates this entire process for us. And then there's going to be 3 options we have to put here: the markup, the promoted ad rate, and how many links we want to list. And so normally I like to keep my markup at around 100 and the ad rate at 5. And since we're doing 100 for this example, we'll go ahead and paste in our links here. And then where it says enter the amount of links we want, we'll go ahead and put 100. And so what this is going to do is it's going to start auto posting all of these products onto our eBay account. And we can pretty much have our hands fully off the computer and just kind of watch it go. So we'll click start after we have all of our settings filled in here. And then as you can see, it'll scrape the Amazon page, collect all the information we're going to need for the eBay listing. And then it's going to open up the eBay tab. And as long as you're logged into eBay, it just simply opens up your account and then we'll start posting items. So it'll go through and fill in all the necessary information and then even submit the listing for us and eventually move on to the next link in the queue and move through all of the links until it's fully finished. So as you can see, I have my hands completely off the screen here and it's kind of just working and filling out all this information. Another nice part about it is that it'll fill in the title for us with AI. So we're not just copying over the title from Amazon, we're putting it through an AI prompt and it's going to give us the most optimized title for this listing, which is going to allow us to stand out and get more sales than the competitors. So it'll keep chugging along here, fill out the description, and for the description, it's similar to the title. It'll run it through an AI prompt and optimize that for us as well. And then once it's filled out all the information, it's going to go ahead and list the item, and then it'll say this item has been listed on our store, and then boom, move on to the next link in the queue and keep going. So normally what I like to do is start this process before bed, and then simply it'll list while I'm sleeping, and when I wake up, I'm going to have more listings on my eBay account. And it's realistically only taking me around 5 to 10 minutes per day of actual work. And even though the listing part is fully automated, people think the order processing and dealing with customer service takes forever. But here's the truth. At its core, fulfillment and responding to customers is pretty much just clicking buttons and copy and pasting. This is because you're simply finding your sold eBay items back on Amazon and then shipping it to the eBay buyer's address. But obviously it also can depend on volume. That's just what typically I've seen with my accounts. But I've actually taken it a step further so that I can automate this process and save tons of time. I went the route of hiring a virtual assistant from the Philippines. He logs into all of my eBay accounts with a free software called AnyDesk and handles the day-to-day operations of the stores and essentially keeps the store running. So at this point in time, I really don't touch my eBay accounts all that much. My responsibilities are mainly checking in, making sure everything's handled correctly, and then continuing to scale the listings. And the crazy part about this is the cost. I pay around $350 a month for my VA. And keep in mind though, that's for managing all 10 of my eBay accounts. If you only have one eBay seller account, you can definitely get away with paying less for a VA since you don't need as many hours of work. So when you combine Dropanion automation with a virtual assistant, your store becomes more of a system and less of a job. And I just want to be super clear, I'm not telling you to go out right now and make 10 different accounts. Start with one account under your name, learn the process, stay consistent, and work towards that 10,000 listing total. Once you prove it works and you know what you're doing, you can scale to additional eBay accounts. Some are under my parents, some my brother, and I give them a profit split for being able to use their account and list on it. But that's more of an advanced setup and you're totally fine starting with one eBay account. So here's the full method in one shot. eBay dropshipping is a volume game. Follow the 3-month rule. 10,000 listings in 90 days. List around 100 items per day consistently. Automate listing with software like Dropanion so it only takes around 5 to 10 minutes a day. And optionally, you can hire a virtual assistant to handle orders and customer service. And that's how I'm able to make $200 in profit every single day without spending all day working. If you want the exact tool I use to automate my eBay stores, it's called Dropanion, and I linked it in the first link in the description. And if you want my step-by-step plan starting from 0 and scaling all the way to 10,000 listings, I've linked the Discord in my description, which has the full blueprint. And thank you guys for watching, and make sure to subscribe because I'm going to keep posting the real behind-the-scenes parts of my eBay dropshipping business, as well as what's working now and how you can start and scale eBay dropshipping yourself. I'll see you in the next one.